Hello. I am excited to be back. My name is Christie Archer of Christie Archer Designs, and this is a mostly knitting podcast. And I am so excited to have you visit with me today. If you are a new visitor, I hope you enjoy this podcast. And if you'd like to see more like this, I have more episodes on my channel, and hopefully you will like and subscribe. If you are a returning visitor, you know how grateful I am for you and for all of your comments and all of the fun stuff that we get to discuss here. I do have a little bit of, I have a lot today. So hopefully I will not get too overwhelmed. And I just realized I never did write out my notes. So, hold on. Hopefully I can fumble my way through this with just my calendar. Okay, so for anybody that does not know, I am working with Knitty, Natty, and Yarnia for the spring shawl cowl, and I will put the hashtag here somewhere, and also everything I discuss will of course be in the description box below, blah, blah, blah. Do you guys get sick of hearing that? Like you don't know? Let's see. So, last podcast, I had reached over 2,000 subscribers, so I am doing a giveaway. And I left the giveaway in there. Hold on just a moment. Sorry about that. Okay, so the giveaway for reaching 2,000 subscribers here on YouTube is this, and I'm actually shooting this podcast a couple of days early, so I don't want to draw the winner's name yet, but before I upload this, I will draw the winner, and I will pop the winner's name up here, and congratulations to whoever you are. You can contact me. Okay, so you can contact me through Instagram or through here or through my website. I'll leave several ways to contact me below. My Instagram, for those of you that do not know, was hacked. My Instagram account was hacked, so I had to start all over. I had just reached over 1,000 subscribers, and I was going to be doing a giveaway over there. But yeah, I am back at square one. So if you have not already started following me over there on my new account, it is Christie Archer Designs #1. And I will pop the link down below, obviously. Yeah, it was kind of a sad thing, but I take it with a grain of salt and realize that there are a lot worse things that could happen. So I didn't get too upset over it. In my eyes, it was what it was. I appreciate all of you that have already started following me over there. I have over 300 subscribers, and I started it back up about a week and a half ago. So we're off to a great start. I hope to become a little more active over there. YouTube seems to be where I'm most consistently active, but I digress. Okay, so the winner will win one of my project bags and a skein of my hand-dyed yarn. And again, I will have already popped up the name of the winner, and congratulations. I did not reply to any of the, sorry, my AC is going to be on and off constantly. I did not reply to any of the comments from last podcast because I didn't want to mess with numbers or anything when I'm drawing a name. So I have read all of them, and it's so neat to see who is knitting for what season, and some of us are just like knitting for all seasons. And so yeah, it's kind of interesting to see the patterns and everything going on as far as who's knitting what. If you do not know, I am in Southern California in the desert. We've already hit over 100 plus temps. We are not over 100 plus consistently yet. We're generally around the low 90s most days. So obviously it is summer knitting for me, and I'm really enjoying it. And this is a great way to segue right into FOs. Oh, well, I'll talk about that when I talk about the shawl. Okay, I was going to mention one other housekeeping thing, but I'll wait on that. Okay, so I am wearing my Lil Sprout pattern. It is available in my Ravelry shop and link to it below. I made this out of I Love This Cotton, and it is in the colorway Periwinkle, which if you are not new here, you know I love Periwinkle. So I am wearing this, and I finished this. I'm trying to think what my most recent, okay, this wasn't my most recent. I have one other thing that's more recent than this one. And I will pop pictures here of everything that I'm showing today as far as an FO is concerned, so that you can get an idea of how it looks on. Hopefully I will get pictures of everything before I post this. So hopefully I'll have pictures to put up of everything. So Lil Sprout, this is 100% cotton. It is worsted weight, 180 yards per 100 grams or 3.5 ounces. And it is knit top down. It is a very fun, quick knit. I can usually, if I'm really focused, I can usually knit one in 2 days. I think this one took me 3 because I started late one night, and then it just kind of put me, I didn't have enough done that day to really make headway to get it done in 2 days, which is the same way with the other one that I'll show you. But it is a fun knit. It has this beautiful ribbing down the side. It has a split hem. I'll try once again to pop pictures up. And a real nice wide hem on the bottom. I guess I could stand up and show you this one real quick. Okay, so yeah, top down, the ribbing detail, and it goes right into the split hem. And yeah, this is just a really, this is just a really fun knit. And if you're not new here, you know that I'm kind of obsessed with this pattern, this style top. It just works so well for me, my body shape, and where I live. So yeah, you'll probably be seeing a lot more. The ones that I had made last year, last year was when I was designing it and I was making a bunch of them. Most of them were too big. I discovered that it does best with at least -2 inches of ease. So that's what this one is. And it really does fit a lot better like that. So I'm going to be remaking some of them that I had made last summer and add those back into my wardrobe. Okay, so for my actual first finished object of the month of April, and what podcast number is this? Let's see. Where did it go? Oh, sorry, I went too far. So I believe this is podcast number 17. But it's for the month of April 2022. And okay. I don't know why I wanted to know that, but I did. So the first finished object for the month of April, I cannot remember. I don't think I had that cast on. No, I had not cast that on. And actually, that was not my first finished object. This was, and I did have this cast on. Sorry, baby girl. Sorry, my pup. Okay, so my first finished object was cast on last time, and I have finished it since then, and it's kind of big, so I hope I can show it well enough. Again, I'll pop pictures up, but I really do love this, and I haven't worn it yet because I was trying so hard to be good and not wear any of my FOs before podcasting. This is the first time I've been able to wear this. So this is the Dottie cardigan by All About Ami, and Stephanie is the designer, and it is made out of Lion Brand's Hue and Me, and this is colorway agate, I believe. And I absolutely, again, if you're not new here, you know that I'm obsessed with these Hue and Me cardigans. And I absolutely love, sorry, it's been folded. Absolutely love the way this turned out in the color. But yeah, I really like this. It has a beautiful finish to it. It's such a mindless knit. The yarn is bulky, and I'm not accustomed to bulky yarns. Generally, worsted is the largest that I will go. Most of the time I knit fingering, though I don't think, well, I have one that's a lightweight DK. But yeah, everything's kind of chunkier this time. But anyway, so it is knit from the bottom up. And I cannot remember if her instructions were for all the way across and then separating for the sleeves, or if she had it in pieces. But I knit it as one piece, and then once I reached where I wanted the sleeves to go, I separated and did the front I would do the front right panel, then I would do the back panel, and then I would do the front left panel. Then I picked up and did my front band, which is a 1x1. And then I knit my sleeves from the cuff up. And let's see, did I seam this one? Yes, I did seam this one. So this one has a seam. So I knit it flat back and forth, seamed it, and then seamed it onto the armholes, and I love this. I knit this with ChowGoo interchangeable US 11, which is an 8mm. And you would think that these knit up fairly fast, and I guess they do, but I'm just a lot slower with the chunkier yarns. I'm getting better because I've made quite a few of these chunky cardigans now. This is my first Dottie cardigan, and I really, really do like the texture on this one. I love the way it finished. The pockets are just adorable. It was easy to attach the pockets. So yeah, and I knit the size, the smallest size that she has. Everything that she does is very oversized, and this is very oversized. But I felt like the smallest, which I think she labels as a small medium. I'm pretty sure she labels it as a small medium is the first size. So anyway, love this, and now I can wear it. All right. My second FO is the Campus Cardigan by Two of Wands, and I have made this one before, and last time I did the pockets. What order did I do that in? I may have done like one of the pockets as a swatch. And long story short, my first one, I ended up running out of yarn for it. And so I knew that I wasn't going to have enough yarn to do pockets for this one. And honestly, when I got this yarn, it wasn't the color. It's not really a color I have in my wardrobe at all, ever in my entire life. But my daughter said she liked it, so I figured we'll get use out of this, and just kept the yarn because the yarn is so inexpensive. These kits, when you get them at 35% off, it's just not even worth returning, paying for the shipping and all of that to return. So I order everything from Lion Brand's website. So this is a, once again, a drop shoulder cardigan. Now, I did make modifications to this because the way Alexandra has it designed is it's a modified drop shoulder. So when you do it, you knit from the bottom up. Once you get to the sleeves, you bind off a few stitches, and then you do the front panel, back panel. Well, I think she has it done in individual panels once again and seamed up the side. But I did it all as one panel. And so I wasn't crazy about the inset sleeve for a drop shoulder. Just the construction of it didn't work for me on the first one. It's fine, but I prefer just a standard drop shoulder. So I did a standard drop shoulder, and when I do my standard drop shoulders, I do that on all of them. What I do is when I get to where I'm going to separate for sleeves, I actually cast on an extra stitch for the selvage, so that if you notice, I don't know if you can see, let's see if you can see, you may be able to see it better on this one. So my stitches, still kind of hard to see, but anyway, they go straight up instead of having them roll in. It just, for me, it gives a neater finish, and there's no hole or anything weird going on here when you do that. So that's a little tip that I do. I don't know if anybody else does that. So anyway, bottom up, separate, do the front, back, and front panels. This is a sloped shoulder on the Dottie cardigan. It does not have a sloped shoulder. It's just rectangular pieces, basically. And this one does have some neck shaping, so it creates more of a shaping around the neck. And this has not been blocked yet. I apologize. I actually have had this finished forever and just sewed on the sleeves this morning. So I've been a little slack on that, and that's why it is not blocked. This is Hue and Me, Lion Brand's Hue and Me in the colorway Love Song. And again, ChowGoo interchangeable US 11 8mm needles. Oh, I do go down to a US 10 on the ribbing. Now in the pattern, it does not call for that. Sorry, my Instagram's going crazy for some reason. That's so weird. Just keeps alerting me. over and over and over again. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, so I do a US 10, which is a 8 millimeter. It's either a 6 or a 7 millimeter. I think it's a 6 millimeter. So I do that for all of my ribbing on these chunky cardigans. And these are so much fun. I absolutely love knitting these up. I do have quite a few more to do, but I don't know. I'm working on another chunky project, another Hue and Me project right now. And so I think I want to finish that one, and it's going to be kind of a long term. I'll show that in a little bit. So I don't know if I will cast any more of these cardigans on for the month of May. We'll see. Okay, another sort of kind of FO. It's a project that I had knit up last year. And it was what I was calling my Cardi-Jack. It was going to be kind of like a cardigan jacket in one. And I had intended on sewing on a zipper down the front of it. And I never could find the zipper that I wanted. And I bought one, put it on, didn't like it. This cardigan has sat for a year now. And I finally went back, bought some more yarn. I think the dye lot is close enough for me. I can't see a difference. It'll be interesting to see if it shows up here on the screen. But anyway, I just went back and knitted on a band and didn't even do it as a button band. No, ma'am, you lay down. Don't get on mommy's knitting, okay? Lay down. Lay down, princess. Okay, sorry. So anyway, I finally have this done, and I have not gone back and blocked it again after adding the band. So it is pulling in just a little bit, but this is my Cardi-Jack. It is a raglan knit top down, starting with the neckband. I did not do any front neck shaping because my intention was for it to come up on the neck with the zipper. So it's not really designed. It's not being worn as it was designed to be worn. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. This was knit out of, oh my goodness, it's been so long. Oh goodness, what was this knit out of? I do really enjoy working with this yarn. It is considered a worsted, but it is not a worsted. I made this up at a, let's see, the gauge of this is 14 stitches and 20 rows. This is not a worsted. And you get a ton of yarn in, let's see, I was trying to see, it's Yarn Bees Yarn ID. So it is 100% acrylic, and the colorway is called Sand Dollar. And it is 252 yards. Oops, let's see. Oh, it says it's an Aran weight on here. I thought on the package it said it was a worsted. But even at that, I still say it's bigger than an Aran. But anyway, so you get 252 yards, and I think it's somewhere around 5 ounces that you get per skein. And it really knits up beautifully. I'm actually going to make something else out of this yarn because I've really enjoyed working with it. So that is a sort of kind of finished object. It's finished. but it wasn't, I didn't knit the entire thing this month. All right, 2 more FOs and we will be done. Okay, I don't know why I brought that. Okay, my next FO, I'm going to show this because this is what I finished next. This is the Thea Top by, who is Thea by? This is what happens when I don't make notes. The Thea Top is by Suzanne Muller, M-U-L-L-E-R. I absolutely love this pattern. There are a few tweaks I'm going to make to it. I don't have to. But I love the basic, just a classic style of this. And I did buy a bunch of yarn to make up some more of these. So this is made out of paint box, cotton DK, and you can get that from Love Crafts online, and hopefully you should be able to see it. So it is just a basic sleeveless shell, stockinette all the way, and my lighting's doing weird things. This is knit top down. That's one of the things I like about this particular pattern, is that it is knit top down instead of bottom up. Most of the time, pretty much every shell pattern I've ever seen has been bottom up. This one is knit top down, and I really enjoy being able to put it on and make sure it's long enough and all of that. When working with 100% cotton, if you are not familiar, it is imperative that you do a swatch, because cotton shrinks up in row gauge a lot. For me, on average, I lose about 2 inches of length before washing and after washing. That is huge. So it is very important that you gauge swatch and wash and dry the swatch as you would the garment or the finished object. Okay, so this is this pattern starts with the back, and you knit the back down to where you will join for the body. Then you pick up, actually you'll pick up on this side first, and you'll knit this until you get to the neckline, and then you do this until you get to the neckline. Then you join the front pieces and knit until you get to where you join in the round and work down. It is such a simple construction. It is such a fun knit. It is a mindless knit for the most part. There is a little bit of row counting and everything going on here. I am not a fan of picking up stitches, as if you're not new here, you know, but it was worth it for this, in my opinion. For me, it was worth it for this. So you pick up for the neck and you pick up for the arms. I knit these on, okay, for the main stockinette part, I used a US 6. For the hem, I used a US 5. For the neck and arm ribbing, I used a US 3. And I'm sorry, I don't have these memorized in my head as far as the millimeters. And then to bind off, I used a US 2. And the reason I go smaller on my bind off is I have come up with a new bind off method that I am in love with. It is a knitted bind off, but it is completely as stretchy as your knitted work. Let me see if I can show you down here. It is just, it's crazy stretchy. So I do a new, I came up with a new bind off, and I will do a tutorial I know I say I'll do a tutorial all the time, but I promise I'll do a tutorial. I need to start doing more tutorials here on YouTube. So I will show that. But basically what I do is I do a standard bind off as far as the method. But when I was trying to see if there is a way, what am I working on right now? Let me show you with this real quick. Let me go back a few stitches because I'm getting ready to get to a part where I'm doing a texture design. Okay, so what I do is I will, let's just say I knit that to knit those two to bind off. Well, no, I'll have to show you different. Okay, hopefully I can do this because I normally use another needle. Let me see. No, I'm not going to be able to show it that way. Hold on. I want to show you this, so hold on. Boy, this is going to be a long podcast today, isn't it? Okay. So just so I can show, I'm just going to grab a needle real quick. Trying to see what's going to be best. You know what? Okay, let me see if I can do it like this. Go back a few more stitches. This is like a game changer for me because I like the look of sewn bind offs, and this gives a look of a sewn bind off. But if I ever have to rip out, which I am notorious for doing, to undo a sewn bind off is just horrible. So I like the look and the stretchability of sewn bind offs, but I don't like if I ever have to change. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit this stitch like normal, knit this stitch. I'll show better in just a second. You guys know what it looks like. Darn it. Okay, knit the first stitch. Trying to get all of this out of the way. Obviously my tutorial will be better. Okay, so I've knit my first stitch, and you'll have to use a separate needle, and this is why. You're going to twist that stitch, knit the next one, bind it off, and then you will you will twist that stitch, knit the next one. And of course, if you're doing ribbing, you're going to be knitting in pattern, so knit one, purl one, or whatever your ribbing is, and then twist the stitch, so on and so forth. So every time you do that, and then it's super easy to just knit back if you need to, like I'm doing here. It is a beautiful, and I'll show you the finished bind off closer in just a second. Okay, so that's all you're doing. You're just twisting each stitch before you knit the next one, and it creates a very tidy but very stretchy bind off. And let's see, is that gonna, it is a beautiful bind off. You do need to go down, depending on your yarn choice, you do need to go down at least 1 to 2 needle sizes for the bind off. If you don't, your bind off will be kind of wavy instead of nice and straight like this. So that is a little quick tutorial on how I am doing my bind offs, and it is working out really, really, really well. So hopefully you guys will find that useful. Give it a try. And like I said, I will try to get up a proper tutorial. Okay, my last FO I'm throwing, and I'm really excited about this. I decided that, okay, so I have the little sprout pattern, and then I have, oh my goodness, acorn. What is my other pattern called? That's crazy, I don't even remember. Elegant acorn, that's what it is. Okay, so I have elegant acorn, which is similar to this. It has a much wider neck band and it has a lace design at the bottom. I wanted something like this, but very, very, very simplified. So this is like a stripped down version of the little sprout, and I am thinking of writing this up as a pattern too. And I love the way this one has turned out. Oh, so much. There are a few tweaks that I need to make. So I need to make it up a couple of more times and make some adjustments. But for the most part, this is just, I'm so excited. So this is a new pattern to come. And again, it starts with a neck ribbing. It's a little bit wider than Little Sprout, but not as wide as Elegant Acorn. And I did these very, very, very clean increases that I really like the finish of this. There is a little bit of the way I do these, I slit the two edges and then I'm doing a right lifted and left lifted increase concurrently on each side. And for some reason, one side will pull up tighter than the other. And so right side facing, it would be this side pulls up. So the right side pulls up tighter than the left side, and so you have to do this side really, really loose. Just a few little tricks and tips and stuff that I will definitely need to put in the pattern along the way. I did a very, I just did stockinette all the way down and then did a very small 1 inch ribbing at the bottom. And to me, this is just pure elegance. I am so thrilled with this top and I cannot wait to wear it. This one I made out of cotton et lin, or is it cotton et lin? I think it's cotton et lin. Put the name up here. It's a Hobby Lobby yarn. It's 50% cotton, 50% linen, and at least I believe it's 50-50. I don't have a yarn band with me. It is a delight to work with. I've used it 2 other times before. It has, you know, it's soft, it's a fun pattern. I mean, it's a fun yarn. It is 180 yards per 100 grams. So it is worsted once again. I am thinking, or I'm definitely going to be making this same pattern in a fingering weight as well. So watch out for that. If you guys are interested in testing for me, definitely follow the link below and sign up to be a tester. I have quite a few tests I'm getting ready to start, and I'm going to need you snoring, baby? Oh, you snoring. I am getting ready to do quite a few tests, and we'll need lots of testers for that. So hopefully you will be interested in signing up. So that is it for FOs. We are 40 minutes into this. I am going to go into my whips, and then I'm going to take a quick pause because I'm going to have to take all of this out and bring in all of my Happy Mail. And this is my last month of lots of Happy Mail, but I'll get into that later. Move these, I'm afraid they're gonna fall. Okay. All right, my first whip is for the spring shawl cowl with Yarnia and Knitty Natty, and I'll put the hashtag up here. I am so super excited about this. I have this housed in my newest size project bag, and I know I showed this last time, and I know that I said I was getting ready to list it. I have still not listed it as of today. I'm hoping to get it listed before this podcast goes out. So if you are looking for this bag, I apologize. But it is a great bag. This is like a 3 skein bag, 300 gram skeins. And so let me show you what is hiding inside. This is, for those of you that do not know, the Knitty Natty and Yarnia shawl cowl. They are using my outstanding shawl pattern for it. And wow, the response to this cowl has been mind-blowing for me. It has the love and just excitement and all of the gorgeous pattern, all of the gorgeous projects that I'm seeing. It is just so much fun as a designer to see everybody enjoying your patterns this much. So I finally cast on, and I have all of section 1 done, and I am getting ready to start my color work section. So this is a shawl, a triangular shawl, and it is knit top down, and it has a texture to it, and I absolutely love this texture pattern. It is just beautiful. It is fingering yarn, knit up on US 7 needles. I think the gauge for this is 20, oh my goodness, let's see what the gauge is for this, if I can remember. All right, US 7, that's weird. It's US 7 and then US 6 for the hem. The US 7 is 4.5 millimeter, US 6 is 4 millimeter, and it knits up so fast because you're knitting on such a large gauge. And it is basically, if you're not familiar, my shawl patterns, I try to do 1 skein shawl patterns, and then I add in scraps. That way you can use up all of those single skeins of fingering yarn you have in your stash and add your leftover scraps to it and end up with a beautiful shawl to go into your wardrobe. So I am using Yarn X Lex. I'm not sure. That is the brand. And this is a fingering weight. It is 35% merino, 25% nylon, 20% acrylic, and 20% viscose. This yarn is, I love it. This brand is new to me. I found it off of Amazon, and they actually have a 100% cashmere too. And I'm going to be making something out of their 100% cashmere. But when I started searching for this shawl, I was looking for very specific colors, and they had everything that I wanted, all the colors that I wanted. So this is my main color. I got a white for the stranded color work, and then I got a gray for the hem. I did want my gray to be a little bit darker than this, but considering how particular I was being about my colors and trying to get them all in one brand, if at all possible, I was thrilled to find all of this. So that is my color palette. Can you see I have a color that I like? And I am enjoying this. This is such a fun pattern. It truly is. I know it's my design, but it's so fun to work up because you have that little bit of texture that keeps it interesting. Yet I can do this while watching TV, not a problem at all. Now the color work section, I might have to be a little more aware of what I'm knitting. So I think I'm going to work on that today before watching TV tonight. But it really is a fun, quick knit. I think my sample I knit up in just a few days. So you really can knit this up quickly if you aren't working on anything else and you have the time to devote to it. So that is the Knitty Natty Yarnia spring shawl cowl, I think is the hashtag. Again, I'll put it up here. And it is going on over on Instagram. Definitely check the hashtag out. There are some gorgeous, gorgeous versions of this. I saw one that stole my heart. It was white. I could not tell for sure on the stranded color work. I think it was a soft but dark green, and then the hem on it was either black or navy blue. But just the contrast of it, to see one, my mind immediately went to white with black. And oh my goodness, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then so many people are doing rainbows and just really having fun with scraps. And I'm so excited to see how everybody's versions are turning out. They are really, really, really a lot of fun. All right, so that is my cowl knit. Hold on, let me put this needle away before it gets lost. You lay down. You lay down. Okay, Mommy's almost done. All right, the next one I'm going to show you, my next whip, is the boardwalk top. No, you lay down. Sorry, here, you want to lay on this? Here, you lay on that. Okay, what is it you're wanting, baby? Is that what you're wanting? Sorry. And this is a gorgeous, I'll pop a picture of it up. I love this top. It is a worsted weight pattern. I seem to be into worsted weight right now. I had this yarn in my stash and I was looking for something to make out of it. And it just so happened that I already had this pattern, and I had tried to make it last summer, but it was when my mother had just got out of the hospital and I was helping with her, and it's a pattern I have to pay more attention to. So I frogged that and did something different with it. It is a very simple design, and I love knitting lace, but I have discovered that because the way the lace is done on this, it's so simple. But because it's so simple, it's not like you have you know, 10 stitches in a pattern and then 10 stitches in the knit pattern. Does this make sense? So like when I'm doing knitting, say I do 5 or 10 stitches and then repeat it over and over and over again. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. So with this, there are no repeats, basically. So each round is completely different. And your lace work is like over 20 stitches, and you have basically either 1 or 2 yarn overs. And because of it, long story short, I've messed up on it twice. Something that looks so simple, and I've had to rip back and do it again. So consequently, this one is in a little bit of a timeout, not majorly, but in a little bit of a timeout, because what I'm wanting to do is finish up all of my other projects and just focus on this. So it is knit from the bottom up. It has garter, and up the side seams, it has, if I remember correctly, I think it's slip stitches, or it may just be knit stitches up the side. I can't remember if it's slip or knit, but it is a beautiful pattern. It really is. And I'm using, I think I showed already, cotton et Lin, and it's in the colorway chambray. And now that I have the tag, let's see. It is 80% cotton, 20% linen. And this is a very blue episode. All the blues. So yeah, I'm really excited to get this done. It is going to be beautiful and well loved and well worn this summer. It is being housed in my cute little seagulls bag, perfect for summer. And I love that. This is being knit up. I was trying to think what else. This is being knit up on a size US 7, which is 4.5 millimeter. And the entire thing is knit up on the same size needle. And it's knit in the round. I think that's it. So yeah, the boardwalk top. I'm trying to think if it's boardwalk top or tee, something like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show a long-term whip before I get into one other whip that I'm working on. So I bought this Hue and Me yarn to do the Harvest Throw blanket by Two of Wands, and this is in colorway Desert or Desert Sand. Where's the color? Oh, there it is, Desert. Okay, so it's colorway, make sure I don't have this upside down, Desert. I do not have my glasses in here, so I can't see anything. Okay, so Hue and Me, chunky yarn again. I bought the Harvest Throw pattern, and I talked about this last time. I am not much of a chevron person, and even though I love the design, the pattern, and I may end up going back and making it, but I decided, I had just finished last month the Woodberry cardigan by All About Ami, and it was a seed stitch, and I enjoyed that so much, so I decided to do a seed stitch blanket instead. And so that, you don't want to see all of my ends, do you? Let's try that again. So, and it has been bunched up in my project bucket, but I am really enjoying this. This is a great TV knit. So I just work on it a little bit here and there. This will be a long-term project. It's not going to be a huge, it's going to be a throw blanket. But the other thing that I wanted was I really wanted a square blanket. So I know, baby, mommy's almost done, okay? So I did the math and everything, and I'm making this as a square seed blanket, and I'm really enjoying this. So US 11, interchangeable chalgo. So that is that. And then my last whip, hold on. You look down, baby. There you go. She's not very patient. Okay, my last whip is, I had said with the other little sprout top, where is it? With this one, that I am wanting to do different versions. And this one's going to be the very classic, simplified, unadorned version. I was working on another version, and I love the way it's coming out, but I am a process designer, and by that I mean I actually, instead of doing a bunch of swatches and everything, I start knitting and kind of design as I go. And so I have done that with this, and I am loving it, but I have discovered that in order to tidy up some of the stitches, I have to do something different. And so the first few inches of the texture in this are not tidy. So I think I'm going to rip this back. And then the second thing is I was trying to be, what is the word I'm looking for? I was trying to be good and reuse some yarn that I had started doing another project, ended up frogging that project. Long story short, the yarn ended up being washed. I had washed it to block it, and then that was when I decided I didn't like the feel of the fabric that it was making. And so because the yarn has already been washed, I'm not crazy with the way this is looking, long story short, as far as the yarn. So this is, I love this cotton. I have done a wider neck band on this, and same concept, but I'm doing this beautiful texture panel down the front. And as you can see, I hope you can see, I tried to tidy it up a little bit by adjusting the gauge on some of those stitches. And long story short, these stitches right here are not tidy. You can see down here where I was able to get that row of stitches neater versus up here where they're kind of sloppy looking. So this is definitely going to be a design, but I'm thinking I'm going to rip this one out and buy fresh yarn. And I think what I'm going to do, I still want to be good and use this yarn, but I think what I'm going to do is just make some washcloths out of it, because I literally have like 7 skeins of this because I was making a really long cardigan. So I think I'm going to frog this whole thing and buy some white yarn, because I definitely want a solid white top like this, and go back and redo this design. And excuse me, it is being housed in this gorgeous, I love this material, bag. So, and I don't know if any of you, I don't have one here. Oh yeah, okay. So I have made a few changes on my bags, And I'm now putting the straps on the side instead of on the top because just for construction reasons, and I find it's a little bit easier to grab when it's on the side. So I have made that change to my bags, and I hope those of you that have placed orders, hopefully you will not mind. And if you have placed an order and you're waiting on your bag, it will be shipped before this podcast goes out, so you should have your alert on that. All right, that is it for whips. I do have one project that is in a bag and it's ready to go, but I haven't started it yet, but I have to show it because I love it. Okay, so it is being housed in this beauty. I love this bag. The colors in it make me so happy. The animals, you have birds, you have rabbits, you have peacocks, you have armadillos and turtles. There's all kinds of animals on this, and I'm an animal lover. So I had bought from Vicky Vera, and I can't remember what country she's in. I don't think it's Denmark. She's over in the Europe area somewhere. Anyway, I had ordered some yarn from her to do some socks, and when I got it, I realized that I had already dyed up some yarn very similar and made up a pair of socks out of the same colors that were very similar. So I was like, okay, I really don't want to do that again. So I decided to dye up some yarn to go with it. This yarn is very rustic, and so the bases that I had weren't working. I ordered a rustic base. It doesn't have nylon in it. It is 100% wool, but it is a very rustic wool. So I'm hoping it will work well enough for accents. So I dyed up, and I'm calling this Sweet Pea, this colorway, to go with this greenish yellowish kind of color. And I thought, how adorable. It just worked so well with this bag. I wasn't intending on it going with this bag, but it worked so well. So this is getting ready to be a pair of Simply Irresistible socks in fingering weight. And I am excited to get that cast on. So that is to come. With all of that said, I think I have all of the knitting portion out of the way. I am going to pause and put all of this away. Let me see what time it is. 1:30. Okay, I have an hour before my interview with Knitty, Natty, and Yarnia. So I still have time to finish up this podcast. So give me a minute to get all of my goodies, and then I think I'm going to do another giveaway. So if you hold out till the end, there is a chance for another giveaway. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back and surrounded by a lot of happy mail. This will basically be my last month. I know the past few months, I have been heavy on buying yarn, building a stash. I've never had a stash before. And this will basically be the last of my huge, I've done a lot of shopping, so hope you're ready. I'm going to start off with something that is not yarn, but is knitting related, and it's kind of cute. Okay, so I wanted to buy just a set of sock needles. I'm not a huge sock knitter, as you know, if you're not new here, but I do like having just needles specifically for socks. So I went on Amazon and I bought one of those inexpensive sets of just the the stainless steel needles with the stainless steel cords. Same thing as Chow Goo. And I'm really excited about using them. I have not used them yet, so I cannot actually give a rating on them. I can't review them yet, but these are not labeled as far as their sizes are concerned, and they just came in, I think they came in just, cellophane bags. So I bought a cute little binder and bought some little Ziploc or zipper bags to go in them. And then I just printed out some stickers and have labeled each size. And that way I have sock needles all the way up to US 4. And I don't think that I will go beyond that with socks. I don't think I would need a larger needle than a US 4. So that was a fun little purchase or purchases. I did discover later, and I was kind of sad, that there were actually other binders that came with the zipper pockets and everything that were kind of cuter. But I'm like, it's fine. This is cute. It serves its purpose. So I will link each of these things down in the description box, and then I'll link one that I actually really wanted. And I may go back and buy it because it's so cute. It's very me. It's leopard print. And then they also have one that's blush, and it's like, I want all of the binders, but I don't have anything to put them in. So I'm trying to come up with reasons to put things in these binders. If you guys know of any reasons for me to put things in binders, I do everything on my iPad, so I don't use pen and paper. So yeah, anyway, okay. Purchases. Okay, I purchased the yarn for this. I had purchased the yarn for the cream version of this, and those were Hobby Lobby, but I'm gonna try to do this by where they were purchased. Okay, and then at the same time I also purchased the I Love This Cotton in, I'm pretty sure it's blush. I swear I grabbed my glasses because I knew I was gonna need them. Sorry, hold. Oh, please. I did bring them. They were in front of me. Sorry. Okay, hopefully these will not have a bad glare on the screen. Not too bad. Okay. All right, so this is I Love This Cotton, Hobby Lobby, and it is in colorway Warm Blush, and 180, let's see, 180 yards, 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 165 meters. I use this yarn all the time, as you can tell, and I do love this. So I have enough to do another one of these, and then I bought this same yarn in colorway Serene Spa. I like the name of that. And so I will be making up another one of these. And then I'm gonna have to come back to Knit Picks. Okay, so from Love Crafts, the Thea top, sorry. That's not gonna work, is it? Okay, the Thea top, the black Thea top that I made, I used this yarn, and so I bought more of this yarn, and when I was making it was when I ordered the yarn. And can you see I have a color? I wasn't sure how many skeins it was going to take, so I just ordered a bunch, and I have way too much. So I'll have to come up with something else to do with the rest. But anyway, this one, they only had 7 skeins left, so I went ahead and bought all 7. The others I bought in 10 packs. This is Paint Box Yarn Cotton DK in colorway Summer Sky Blue. And I love this. I love it. Okay. The other colors I got, you guys are going to see my color palette. If you're not new here, you've seen my color palette before. I'll pop it up for those that are not, for those that are new here. This year I'm trying to stay within a color palette with all of my makes so that everything kind of works together. So you will see a lot of that with all of these yarns. So same yarn in colorway Vintage Pink, which is very, very orange. There is nothing pink about this. And I'm okay with that. I was hoping for a little more of a coral, but it is definitely more orange than it is coral. But it's still pretty. I really do like the color. Okay, so there's that. And the colorway for this is Granite Gray. That should make up something really cute. Oh, and I don't think I said this. It takes 5 hanks to make up the Thea top. And I have 10 of each of these. So I'm thinking what I will do is make the fingering weight, or well, these are DK. So I'll make up some of these in a DK weight because that should be enough to make up one of those as well. And then I love this. This is called Light Champagne, and it is just the prettiest. It's not yellowy. It is truly, yeah, it's a beautiful color. I was trying to, let's see, Light Champagne. So that is that. Ooh, things are falling down on me. Okay, so that was all purchased from Love Crafts. Next, I'm going to do my hobby purchase. And I want to start with my experience with hobby. Prices are fantastic. Selection is amazing. Customer service is pretty darn good. I had an issue with my shipping. They split my order up into 2 packages. One of my packages showed up in a reasonable amount of time. I wouldn't say it was like speedy or anything. But the other package was stuck in customs for a month, almost a month. I think I had ordered all of this before my last podcast, and it just came in during this month. So anyway, I am still missing 1 skein. I have got to contact them and let them know. But honestly, at this point, I'm so tired of dealing with the shipping situation that I may just, I haven't decided what I'm going to do on that yet. Okay, so my daughter is wanting me to make her some Thea tops. So I bought, I let her pick out some colors. She picked out this pineapple color. This is Rainbow 8-4. It's 100% Turkish cotton. And I have not even swatched with any of this yet, so, but it feels like it's going to be good. So fingering weight, and this is color, I believe I said already, pineapple. I'm pretty sure this is pineapple. Okay, I'm pretty sure the color name was pineapple. It's color number 43. So this is the one that is missing 1 skein. We'll see what happens on that. That is TBD. Okay, then this is what I got the most of. I got all of the Turkish cotton in just a bunch of different colorways. I just noticed that. I love this. A center pull. Why do people not do center pulls on these types of skeins? That's amazing. Big thumbs up for that. Okay, so again, Turkish cotton, and this is in colorway white, number 1. And then she also picked out this colorway, and I also picked out this colorway, so we've got a bunch of this. And this is color 5, color number 5. Cannot remember if this was called parchment. I'm just gonna give color numbers because it doesn't have the color names on here. So 10 skeins of this, and I'm thinking, I haven't totally decided what I'm going to be doing with mine. So I got 10 skeins. I may do like fall sweaters. I may do, once again, I probably have enough to do 2 summer tops. So I haven't really decided, or maybe combinations of. Okay, this is color 54, and it is a beautiful blushy ballet kind of pink. I really, really, really like that a lot. And then I have another gray color, color 11, and it's a little bit darker than that. It's more like that. Let's see. I guess I could open one up and pull it out. There we go. So, yeah. And if you guys have any ideas on summer tops, fingering weight that I can do with these, definitely comment. This is a really neat color. Let's see. That one's Goblin Blue. This one is a green colorway. It's really pretty. It's kind of a silvery green. I really like it a lot. It's color number 34. Okay, and this one is called Goblin Blue. It's color number 32, and it's similar, but it's blue, whereas this one's green. But it's kind of like a greenish, has a green undertone, but a silvery blue. I really like that. Okay, I've got and 2 more colors of the cotton. You guys are going to be shocked by this one. It's color number 18. Yay! More blue. Okay. I'm going to have to start stepping these down here. Sorry, buddy. And then this is a really nice muted color. It's very similar to the Paint Box vintage pink color, but it has a little more brown to it. And it is color number 51. Hold those 2 up together so we can see the difference. Okay, so this is Paint Box, and then this is Hobby. So this one's more muted, and I actually really like more muted colors. So since I have this, I think I'll just do the oh, well, I have doubles of both. I'll come up with something. Okay. There's that. Now, these next 2 yarns I got from Hobby. Oh, they are so ultra cool. I am very excited. I'm gonna show, sorry, this colorway first. Let me see if I can get information on it. This yarn is just so cool. It's called Metallico Fine, It is 70% polyamide, 10% acrylic, 10% wool, 50 grams, 265 meters or 289 yards. This is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I love it. I am going to be doing some pullovers out of this. I know I don't do a lot of pullovers, but these are both definitely going to be some gorgeous, just simple pullovers that will stand the test of time as far as style. I'm thinking maybe the daily pullover or just something very classic. That sheen is so cool. Okay, I don't know what color number this is, or did I say that already? No, let's see if it's on here. It doesn't say, but this is definitely a very fine yarn. So this will be a long-term project that I will just slowly knit and enjoy every stitch of it. And these that I'm showing single skeins, I have sweater quantities. If I had brought all of the yarn that I got out here, it would be insane. This other one, same yarn. This colorway is so cool. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Can you believe how gorgeous that is? That just makes me happy to look at it. Oh, that is so cool. They had it in other colors. I think they were kind of low at the time. So depending on, I don't know, I may go back and order some more of this. It's really neat. Okay. So that was all from Hobby. My last place of purchase was Knit Picks. I know, surprise, surprise. I got something different from Knit Picks that I normally, everything I got was something different. Okay, I bought their Dishy yarn. And I know most dish cottons are really hard and kind of crispy-like, crunchy-like. So I was kind of nervous about it, but they're so inexpensive. And they have such pretty colors that I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna give it a try. This yarn is amazing. The spring to it, I've already done a swatch and the yarn itself is springy. How they got a cotton, 100% cotton, to be springy, I don't know, but the twist on this is amazing. So, let me put my glasses on so I can see. The twist on this is really tight, and like I said, it is really, it literally has a bounce to it, which makes the fabric stretchy, really stretchy. So I got 6 colors. It's 100% cotton and it is 100 grams, 190 yards. Yeah. And I got this colorway is called Silver. And this colorway is kind of cute. It's prettier online than it is in person, but it's still kind of cute. It's called Mushroom, if I remember. Yep, colorway Mushroom. That's kind of cute. And then this is Swan. Yep, Swan. I love that with white. So beautiful with like some white slacks, white linen slacks. Oh, love that. And then this color is called Inlet. I should be showing them like this, shouldn't I? Swan, Inlet. All of the colors look beautiful together. Let me show these two again. Mushroom and silver. And then conch or conch. I always think of it as a conch shell, but maybe it's conch shell. Anyway, and then, surprise, surprise, dewdrop. It's actually showing up, it's blowing out. There we go. The colorway on that. It actually still has more gray to it. It's showing up more baby blue. It's actually more of a, there's a lot of gray to it, and it's showing up a lot purplier there. But anyway, very excited about those. And then I got, these I'm actually really excited about. I wasn't sure. Okay, they have a new yarn line. Well, yeah, I'll just say it's a new yarn line. It is Brava, and I've never used the Brava yarn before, but this is Brava Tweed. And it's just so cute. I couldn't resist. It's 100% acrylic, I'm assuming. Oh, 97% premium acrylic, 3% viscose. I guess that's the nubs or the tweedy bits. This colorway is called Rose Finch, 218 yards and 100 grams. And that is just, it's so cool. I like that. So I also got it in colorway Stratus. So I got enough, and I'm doing cardigans out of both of those. Then the last thing I have from Knit Picks is actually sponsored. I am doing a new cardigan pattern, and it's going to be similar to the, I'll pop a picture up here. It's going to be similar to this, which I kind of loosely made off the Ramona design, the Ramona cardigan. The Ramona cardigan comes in worsted and fingering. I'm sorry, bulky and fingering. And this is a light worsted weight. And I'm going to do something a little bit different with the hem, but basically that silhouette. So if you want to test this for me, please, please, please sign up to be a tester. And I am making the sample out of Wool of the Andes tweed, and this is color, this wasn't the one I had originally picked out. This is Rabbit Heather. They didn't have the one I originally picked out. The one that I originally picked out was not the tweedy yarn. It was just the Wool of the Andes Superwash. And I had picked out, it was like a tan heathered color. But they didn't have enough of that, so they sent me this, and I do like this. I think with a denim shirt underneath, it will be really, really, really nice. It'll be gorgeous. So that is getting ready to be knit up, and hopefully get testing started fairly soon. I'm looking to do this as a fall release, end of summer, early fall. So we've got plenty of time on testing for this. So I'm definitely looking for larger size testers. I pretty much have on my test team, but I will take more, a good number of the small, and of course the mid-size are always easy to find. But even if you fall in the small to mid-size and you want to test this, please sign up. I like to have a lot of testers. You never know what's going to happen in somebody's world and everything. But like I said, with the time frame we're looking at, it should we should be able to get, everybody should be able to test. So I think that is it. And I have now got to get ready for my Knitty, Natty, and Yarnia interview. Hopefully you guys will get to see that interview. If you haven't seen it already, it will be up on YouTube on Yarnia's site, on Yarnia's channel, and I will link to it below. So if you haven't already seen it, go over and check that out. I'm really excited and a little nervous. I don't think I've ever been interviewed before. My daughter has been interviewed plenty, so I kind of know the way it goes, but it's a little bit more nerve-wracking when it's you being interviewed. But yeah, I'm excited about that. So that is it for the month of April. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, give it a thumbs up, please. And I just realized I was going to do another giveaway, and I haven't talked about that yet. Hold, please. My goodness, if you're new here, I swear I don't normally get up this much. Okay, for this podcast, I am going to do a giveaway. Trying to think of a prompt. Okay. Let me know what your favorite summer top knitting pattern is. I would like to check out I would like suggestions and stuff for, I have fingering weight, DK weight, and worsted weight. So it does not matter the weight of the pattern or the yarn weight of the pattern, but yeah, let me know what your favorite summer top, sleeveless or short sleeve, and something that can be knit out of cotton, even if it calls for a worsted, if you think a cotton would work for it, that would be great. And we will do this project bag as a giveaway to anybody who comments below with their favorite summer top knitting pattern. And so I guess that is it this time, and I will see you again at the end of May. It will probably be back to the last Sunday of the month. This time I'm posting, I hope to post Saturday. That just gave me one more week to kind of get some more stuff done. And so yeah, that's it. And hopefully you will watch my interview over on Yarnia's channel. And until then, you guys have fun knitting and enjoying your knits and taking some me time and relaxing and hopefully getting ready for summer.